Time is of the essence, especially when you're cooking and during the holidays. But there are some ways that you can save some time in the kitchen. And joining us now to give us some of those tips is President of House of Knives, Andre Ng. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Now you have a bunch of different items here, some cutting supplies, some things are going to save us some time when we're baking. But we're going to start off over here. First off, this glove, how important is this?
Depends on your comfort level with knives. So these are great for kids or people who aren't comfortable, not only using knives, but things like mandolins, graters. So these are the highest cut level resistance, so you're totally safe with those on.
Okay, so I'm going to put this on before we start here, and you're going to show us some better ways to cut common items like apples and onions.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the quick, easy, unhealthy, which is very common out in the world place, doesn't have to be unhealthy. So I'm going to show you some quick tips on terms of preparation, basic foods, as well as talk about, you know, nobody likes the cleanup aspect of cooking, right? So we're all time starved, so we'll start.
Let's get started.
So apple is probably one of the most favorite snacks in our household. So typically a lot of people use up to about 12 cuts to cut an apple. And we're lazy by nature, so I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to cut this up very quickly. So we're just going to make one cut along the core.
Okay.
Good. And oh, you went right down the middle. Okay.
Oh, these are along the core. Oh.
That's okay. So we do another parallel cut along the side of it.
Okay.
So you can continue to cut that how you normally would.
Yeah. Well, now I'm just going to
keep
try
it
and
together.
do. I think what you're doing is going like this.
I turned it 90 degrees. Yep.
That's great. You know what? I use this method already, so I'm on the right track.
Ideally, you should only take 4 cuts to cut up that apple. This is one of our favorite tips that we have.
Okay.
We have a lot of these on our YouTube channel as well.
So I did it the way you're not supposed to do it. That's fine. You need
We're
that
showing the
example
contrast,
as
right?
well. Yeah.
So ideally, you should have apple looks like this.
Oh,
and the great
wow.
thing about this is nobody likes taking apple to work or pre-cutting it because it browns, right?
Yes.
So this is eco-friendly. You take an elastic band, wrap it around there, and this won't brown for up to 4 hours.
Because the air is not getting to it.
Because the air doesn't get to it.
Perfect.
Right? Simple,
okay.
easy snack.
Wonderful. Okay, so that's apples.
And onions. So everyone chops up onions, and there's so many different ways to do it. Typically, I would say 90% of people do it the method where you're doing a bunch of, you know, vertical slices. You give it 90-degree turn, and you're going across. Typically, ideally, you should be doing cross cuts, but that can be dangerous, right? A lot of people are nervous about that. So I'm going to show the safest, easiest way to do it. So we have our onion already clean. We're just going to cut it in half, right along the core now.
Okay.
Yep. So we're going to quarter the onion. So we're going to get the same benefits. So depending on how large or small you want your dice, make your vertical cuts, right?
Okay.
And all we simply do now, flip it over onto the other flat side, and we do the same. How's it going?
Well, and this glove's making things different for me. Oh, and then you have it.
And now you have it squared off, and now you can do your cuts.
Okay. There we go. You know what's funny is you try and learn something new, and then you just end up doing what you normally do anyways, right?
Muscle memory.
Yeah.
It comes with time. That's okay.
Okay, so that's the onion, and you have some julienning tools for us as well,
yes,
right?
absolutely. So these are the world's greatest peelers, different ones, plain, serrated, and julienne. So the julienne works fabulous, you'll see here. So quick, just pull it, and instant julienne.
Wow.
So for salads or anything else, you already have it
and it just comes apart like that.
Yep.
Amazing. Okay. And then this peeler, you said this is one of the best peelers you've ever used?
Best one I've used in my 30 years of being in the industry. It can do everything. It can do like effortless,
that's like
right?
butter.
The key is the sharpness, but also doesn't waste a lot, right? Food's getting more expensive. No one wants to waste a lot.
Amazing. Okay.
So,
and then this one is a spiralizer.
Spiralizer.
Those are so popular
Yep, still
right now.
very popular. You can use, if you want to try it, you can use zucchini. So that's got 3 different functions.
So how do you
do ribbon?
just,
just put it in and give it a turn.
Oh.
Instant gratification.
Yeah, that is. Your salads are going to be so fancy. Amazing. Okay.
Time saving.
That's that. And then just over here, these are some tips on how to save time when you're baking?
Yeah, baking, everything, barbecuing, you name it, it saves time. So cleanup is always the worst part. People love cooking, but no one likes to clean. So the first item we have here is probably our most popular item in units we've had for years. So it's something very topical. Everyone has a hard time opening jars and different bottles of different sizes. This basic device, it's I think $6, can do 8 different sizes of it. You want to give it a try, Sonia?
Yeah, okay.
Do you ever have problems opening jars?
Definitely. I usually get my husband to do it for me, or use some like hot water or something.
Yeah, just squeeze it.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was very easy. Oops.
Actually, you want to go the other way.
I tightened. There we go. That's
very
easier.
easy, right?
Okay.
And the last thing we're going to talk about, these are super good. So a lot of people are familiar with these great bake mats, Teflon coated. Do you use one at home?
No, I don't.
No. So if you're not people who bake know about them because they save time in cleanup, right? You line your pans with them. You know, everyone's got these old,
And you just pop it
ugly-looking
right in the
pans.
oven that way.
You put it in the oven. It's heat resistant up to over 500 degrees. And the great thing is people don't realize. So you can use them, of course, for cookies, loaf pans. I even line them in my roast pan for turkeys or roast because when you're making the gravy, not everything will stick and burn to the bottom as well.
That's genius.
So the other ones people don't know about, this one here is just a great liner into your oven to catch all the drippings, or you can use it directly on the barbecue for salmon, steaks, everything.
It's going to save so much time for cleanup.
Cleanup is massive, and this is my favorite. This one's quite new. This is a mesh version of it. So when you're doing things like salmon, especially when there's no skin on it and it sticks over to the barbecue, this still allows the flavors and smokiness to come through, so it's not, you know, boiling it. But the hottest one right now is this new pyramid one. Have you seen this?
No.
Feel this.
So
it's made from heat-resistant silicone. It's what they call a pyramid mat. So you can do things like your chicken wings on here, French fries, and the whole premise of this is it allows that air circulation to go right underneath the food you're cooking, so it cooks it more evenly, quickly. And also, if you have anything greasy, the fat drips down to the bottom.
Amazing.
It's also a great trivet as well.
Some great products here, some great ideas. Andre, thank you so much for joining us today.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.